Do you have to dress up for a first date? My answer is that it depends, because the answer isn't a simple yes or no. So I'll explain coming up next. What's up, everyone? Mario the Get Game Guy here, and I want to share with you a question that was posed in one of my Facebook groups, which was, do I need to dress up to be successful on a first date? And immediately people wanted to comment the same generic stuff you would expect, like, yeah, because looks matter and appearance matters, so what you wear matters. I realized my position on that was rather unorthodox and a little bit nuanced, so I want to share with you because I know it can benefit you for greater dating success. You see, I don't believe that what you wear is going to make your date a success or a failure. I don't feel that. I feel it's more like an ingredient in the success or failure of your date. You see, when people are looking at how we view others or how we view a first date, we're basically collecting information. We're going to take all the good, all the bad, and mush it all together, put it all together, and form it. And the total sum of all that information is going to point us in a direction of feeling that it's more positive or more negative. But it's never just like, okay, insert one factor. How did they dress for the first date? Okay, we got that information. Now we can put it through the assembly line to be like, okay, it's either a good one or a bad first date. It doesn't work like that. We need a collection of information, and that's what we do. Okay, so understand that. Now, I want to take you through a small exercise, but I think it'll help you understand how that success really just is not dependent upon what people wear. Okay? So I want you to think of your favorite crush. Who's your favorite celebrity crush? Men, think of yours. Ladies, think of yours. Let's start off with the men. Both men and women, you both have been chatting with somebody using an online dating platform. Let's say it's Match. You've been talking to them on Match, and you're going to meet them for the first time. You're excited to meet them, but guys, you get to the location, and let's say it's Beyonce that you get to meet. That's your person you're meeting. She walks in, but instead of wearing a dress, heels, and makeup and all that, she walks in wearing Uggs, sweatpants, t-shirt, and minimal makeup, and her hair pulled back. She's still a beautiful woman. She's still going to be successful. She's still going to be someone that you would want to talk to and get to know. You would have a fantastic time, and you would still want date number 2. Ladies, imagine your crush. Let's say it's Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt is entering the location. You see him come in, but he's not dressed in a suit. Instead, he's dressed in t-shirt and jeans, and his t-shirt has a coffee stain on it. I ask you, are you going to get up and walk out? Hell no. You're going to sit there and do the same thing the guys did, whether you still have a good interaction, still probably appreciate someone good looking, but there's someone that's worth getting to know. I mean, Brad Pitt, Beyonce, they're successful, they're intelligent, they have a lot going on. You would have a lot to talk about and appreciate. You definitely aren't going to leave that first date thinking, I don't want date number 2. And you're definitely not going to respond to your girlfriend who asks you, so how did that date with that Brad guy that you met online, how'd that go? You're not going to tell her, oh, it went nowhere because he wore a shirt with a coffee stain on it. It doesn't happen. So I think you men and women already now understand that what you wear does not by itself, dictate the success or failure of a first date. Rather, it's a collection of things that I like to call your badassness. Not very great terminology, just kind of need something that makes sense, and I think it does. Your badassness, like for, say, Brad Pitt and Beyonce, would be filled with great things about themselves, like why they're so badass. Like, obviously, they're good looking, they're successful, they're artistic, they are rich. So, I mean, like, they have things that make them true badasses, right? But there are things that make everyone a badass. There are things about you and me and everyone else that makes us badasses. So, it might be other things. I mean, you don't have to be rich and famous to be a badass. You might be just, maybe you're a great parent. Maybe you are a great friend. Maybe you're someone who is very charitable. Maybe you're someone who is very supportive. Maybe you're a great listener. Maybe you are great at giving advice. Maybe you are someone who, if I interact with you, I feel uplifted afterwards. I feel more energetic. I feel energized because of being around you. Those are things that make you a badass too. And the thing is, you just have to kind of have this awareness of how badass you are, because it's going to dictate how much you can pull off making decisions and taking actions that aren't ideal. Dressing down is not ideal, because at a level of dressing down, it's going to not work in your favor. Like for sure, if you show up wearing sweatpants, it's not the best impression. If you wear something dirty, it's not the best impression. If you wear something with holes in it, it's not the best impression. If you wear gym clothes, it's not the best impression. And you can pull off those things possibly, but you have to know where you stack up with your badassness. Okay, so you have to just kind of be realistic, and that's a place where a lot of people aren't comfortable. So you have to be a little bit self-aware there. For example, myself, I don't dress up, but I know that once I get to that first meet, I know that people are going to definitely enjoy the conversation and interaction, and there won't be nerves or awkwardness or weirdness because I know on my end, I'm good at influencing that the interaction will go well. So I feel that, like, well, I might not be dressed up, but we're going to have a good time. I know we're going to have a good time. I'm going to have a good time. Trust me, you're going to have a good time. So there are things about our own badassness that we just have to just know. Okay. Now, moving past badassness, I told you, like, you would catch me wearing something like this. That's because I'm a selfish dater, and I encourage everyone to be selfish in a very healthy way. Selfish, like, I'm going to be comfortable on this date, damn it. I'm not going to wear a monkey suit, which I hate, so you will not catch me in a suit. I don't care who it is, Beyonce. I could go out on a date with Beyonce and still be like, yeah, this is what you got. I'm not wearing a suit for you. It just doesn't happen. It's not comfortable for me. The whole time I feel hot. I feel like I got too many layers on. I feel stuffed and cramped in, and I feel claustrophobic. Anything around my neck, I feel like I want to tug at it. And even if there's space, like it's not actually physically like restricting me, but I will feel like it is, and I won't be at my best. So if I'm not comfortable, I can't focus on enjoying myself. I can't focus on being great company. I'm not going to be a great listener. I'm not going to be a great conversationalist. I'm not going to be very good at being present to the moment if, I feel on the inside like doing this with my outfit. So for me, the trade-off is you're not going to do that shit. You're just going to dress comfortably. But also consider I'm not like I could be more comfortable if I had it my way. I would just wear gym clothes, which I've done before, but I don't recommend and I wouldn't do very often. But I would love to just. I mean, honestly, if I could, I wouldn't wear very many clothes at all. I love to just walk around anywhere. Just give me shorts, shorts. But you can't do that, right? It's probably not a great idea to show up in gym clothes. So this is my compromise. Like, okay, single man, you want to be comfortable? Cool, but how comfortable do you get to pull off? I think that the level for you is, wearing clean clothes, wearing jeans, wearing a decent shirt like this or something like it. You're gonna be clean. You're gonna be showered, smell good. Your hair will be done, and your beard won't look like shit. Okay, so I'm not going out trying to make like, what are all the mistakes? How can I do all of them at the same time? I'm minimizing them. I'm picking and choosing. I'm not gonna, dress comfortably and be dirty. I'm not gonna dress comfortably, and just look disheveled. All right, so there's a trade-off, a compromise that you have to find your balance. Okay, but it's really important that you're comfortable. For some people, dressing down would be uncomfortable for them. Like I have a buddy and he never dresses down. Like once a year you catch him in jeans and it's a big deal. Like you tell him dress comfortably and he comes in wearing like all sorts of layers and jackets and an ascot, and I'm over like, who the fuck wears an ascot? He does. But for him, if you told him dress comfortably, that's what he would wear. And there are a lot of you out there like that. Like you don't want to wear sweats. You want to wear a dress. You don't want to wear shorts. You want to wear a suit. Fine. Because if you feel comfortable, if you feel it, like on the inside, that's what matters. You're going to be better company. So I want you to do that. That's going to be more impactful to the success or failure of your date is how you feel as far as comfort on that date. Dress is one of the things that you get to influence. So be selfish in it and dress that way. And probably the last thing that I want to include is that there's a layer of transparency that we need to just be throwing out there from the beginning. I teach people like, you know what? The worst thing that ever happens to people in the dating experience is that they get rejected or accepted sometimes, but it's not even based on who they really are. So imagine how bad it is. Like you're rejected and you're like, that's not even who I really am. They didn't get a chance to really know me. Or, I mean, it's just as bad when someone accepts you, but they accept what they think is you and you're like, that's not me. I don't believe in that, or that's not what I do. So that's also a bad thing. The best thing that you can do is be accepted or rejected based on who you really are. So I believe transparency is important. So let's say you're like me. let's say I dressed up in a suit on a first date. Guess what? That would be the only time I ever pull it off. After that, I'd be like, I'm not doing this again. I just did it for that one time. But this isn't me. Well, that would be false advertising. So I think it's important that we address like, hey, let's be realistic. You know, if you are that person that wears, let's say, yoga pants and your hair pulled back 95% of the time, I don't think it's so strange and unacceptable and a bad idea for you to wear that on the first date. Because guess what? Whoever you're going to be meeting that's the person they're going to be getting to know, and if a relationship were to develop, that's who they would be with, not someone who's dressed in a fancy dress and heels and hair and makeup all the time. That's not you. So it's really important that we show people who we are from the beginning, because even if they reject you, and that happens, we're not all meant to be compatible with everyone. So even if you're super awesome, Brad Pitt, Beyonce, someone would be like, they're not my type. Fine, that's cool. No biggie. Nobody's everyone's type. But it's much more empowering and it's a much more positive dating experience if when you get rejected, you just know like, well, that's fine, because if they want somebody who dresses up all the time, that's not me. Or if they want someone who dresses down all the time, that's not me. So at least, you can be yourself and understand that, like if it doesn't work for them, fine. But yeah, this isn't going to change. This is who I am. So like for me, if you're trying to change me and be like, he's going to start dressing in suits all the time. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. So I just want to help you guys understand the way that I view the role of dressing up on a date. I told you, like, I view it as a collection of factors that influence the success or failure, not just one action or one factor like dressing up. Also, we went through that experience where I was like, you're not dumping Brad Pitt or Beyonce after one date. You'll probably go out with them even if they dressed like shit. So that shows that it's not just the determining factor. We talked about badassness. How badass are you? And also then jumping into comfort, how it's important for you to be comfortable on a date, to be at your best. And lastly, and we addressed that you want to be transparent and display who you really are. Be accepted or rejected based on who you really are. So I hope that kind of gives you some better perspective on the topic of, do I need to dress up to be successful on a first date?
Thanks for watching. If you appreciated the content, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And if you're sick of feeling stuck and you're ready to level up your game and your meh love life, take action now. Click the link below to visit our website and experience our virtual game advisor feature. Choose the path of your game journey from the recommendations and resources ready and waiting for you.